Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, I'm Chris the Don One, and I am back with another video. Now, this video is going to be freaking exciting, so I need you guys and gals to listen to this video from start to finish. I'm about to entertain you motherfuckers. Now, LeBron James, in a recent podcast on ESPN, threw a lot of shade to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And some of the things he was saying was the reason why Michael Jordan never made it to a game 7. He always closed it out early. Is because he had tons of help. And when it came to the last shot, Michael Jordan was not involved in any of his last shots, especially in his championship years. And that Michael Jordan couldn't do it by himself. And I have one thing to say. Now, he's throwing like a lot of innuendos that Michael Jordan, without those great players that played alongside Michael Jordan would have never won the chip. And LeBron James, I have a question to ask you. What Hall of Fame NBA superstar ever won a title by themselves? Michael Jordan couldn't do it. Kobe couldn't do it. Akeem Olajuwon couldn't do it. Bill Russell couldn't do it. The Celtic teams, they couldn't do it. Magic Johnson couldn't do it. The Lakers couldn't do it. Showtime Lakers couldn't do it. Even the Golden State Warriors couldn't do it. Where you had one superstar going against 5 other players on the opposing team, going 1 versus 5. And in some of those cases, in some of those scenarios, 1 versus 12. It has never been done, and it will never be done, okay? So let's just throw that argument right out the fucking window, okay? Now, let me ask you another question. If Michael Jordan was still dominant and irrelevant to even in this era of the NBA, do you think, for a question, that Michael Jordan is going to take his talents to South Beach? Do you think Michael Jordan would allow the Dallas Mavericks to win their first NBA championship on his home floor? Do you think Michael Jordan would pretty much quit on his team and walk off the stadium as the big 3 of Boston dominated him in a playoff series? Do you think Michael Jordan would do some of the things that you are doing now? Now, a lot of people are going to think that I'm throwing a lot of shade to LeBron. In fact, I like LeBron James. I think LeBron James is one of those top flight players, once in a generation player. I think a lot of people throw so much shade at LeBron James. They don't realize that this player only comes once in a motherfucking blue moon. Now, a lot of people try to compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, and these two players are totally fucking different, okay? They dominate the ball in a different way. LeBron James, if you want to compare him to somebody, you should compare LeBron James to Magic Johnson. He reminds me more of Magic Johnson than Michael Jordan. Now, Kobe Bryant reminds me of MJ, but I just do not see the similarities when a lot of people compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, okay? So this argument that he was having on the podcast was totally freaking ridiculous. Okay, he then go on and say that Michael Jordan never was in any of those last final plays to go for the final shot. Okay, LeBron James, you must have amnesia, okay, short-term memory loss, but you do remember when you was with the Heat, without Ray Allen's second shot, the Heat wouldn't win their first fucking title, okay? And you also do not realize that just in recent history, if your boy, number 2, Kyrie freaking Irving did not shoot that last second jumper to catapult you guys in a win versus the 75 win Golden State Warriors, you wouldn't have won that series either. So everyone needed help. Hall of Fame NBA superstars need help. They need a Robin, okay? And in Michael Jordan's case, it was Scottie Pippen with other players like Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper, Tony Kukoc, Phil Jackson, the coach, the architect of the triangle, okay? Steve Kerr, Luke Longley. Yes, even Luke Longley contributed to some of those titles. So, yes, you have to have not only a great Hall of Fame superstar, but you also have to have other ingredients to win titles. And mainly those ingredients are a supporting cast, a big three, sometimes a big two when it was just you and Scottie Pippen, when you're talking about Michael Jordan, okay? And this scenario, it exists to this day with you. When you went to Miami, you paired up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, okay? A lot of people threw a lot of shade on that. I thought that was a good business move, and that was the only way you was going to win the chip. You was only going to win the freaking title, okay? And then when you left the Heat and re-signed and rejoined the Cleveland Cavaliers again, you had Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. You left from one big three to another big three. So everyone needs freaking help. It doesn't make them a loser. It doesn't make them, it's not the reason, it's not the end all and be all for, well, you couldn't won this title without them. Chicago couldn't have won those titles without Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan couldn't solidify none of those titles without those players, without that supporting cast. And the same thing goes with LeBron James, as well as Kobe Bryant and others who have won the chip. You have to have a good, solid team, and you also have to have one or maybe two all-stars that play alongside of you to not only capture titles, but also to defend titles. So it's a certain way, and the reason why LeBron James is mentioning all that, he knows in the back of his mind, there's no way in the world he's going to win 6 titles, much less 7 titles. LeBron James thinks that if I can win 6 titles, a lot of people cannot say that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. And if they say the greatest of all time, they have to mention him as one of the greatest of all time. LeBron James is the greatest of all time of this era, in this genre, in this generation. And as far as him comparing himself to Michael Jordan, he's got a lot of catching up to do. Okay? So I think LeBron James is going to have to settle for whatever titles he can manage for the rest of his career. I think he's got the capability of winning maybe 2 more titles, maybe 1 more title, and he can probably tie up with Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant and just call it a fucking career and call it a wrap and pursue his other endeavors like being an owner of an NBA team. But as far as him toppling or tripling the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, somehow stealing his throne, that is not going to freaking happen. And a lot of people are going to have to get over it. LeBron James fans, you're going to have to get over it. LeBron James himself, you're going to have to get over it. That ship has already sailed. There's no in the world you can even tie up with Michael Jordan. So the Michael Jordan era and the Michael Jordan aura is going to still continue, and it's still going to dominate on everyone else's era, on everyone else's aura. When you talk about Kobe Bryant, a lot of people are going to say he was never Michael Jordan. He can never beat Michael Jordan in his own game. You can say, they're going to say the same thing about LeBron James. LeBron James was a great player in his era, but when you compare it to Michael Jordan, it's no fucking contest. But guys, tell me what you fucking think rate, comment, subscribe. It's your motherfucking boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I am out of here. Peace, and thanks for everyone who is watching this video from start to fucking finish. I'm out. Deuces.